Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. If you look at the news from the last 3 or 4 days, one important thing that is in news is that the territory of Middle East, because of two important reasons, or we can say three important reasons. One is because Russia attacked Ukraine in the Central Asian region. Armenia and Azerbaijan are having a conflict over a disputed region called as Nagorno-Karabakh region, and Israel has attacked Gaza. If you look at this entire territory, okay, of the Eurasia or the Central Asia as it is called is, all these three important new issues are in news. So, because of the Israel attacking a very tiny strip, that is Gaza strip as it is called is, in the southern part of Israel, one important term is in news that is called as Bedouins. So, in this video, we will understand who these Bedouins are, where are they from, and even though remember, Bedouins are the Muslim population in Israel, and Bedouins are a very integral part of Israeli defense forces. How did Bedouins become an integral part of the Israeli defense force? What is the relationship that the Bedouins share with Israel, and what is this history of these people? And we'll also be looking at one important point from the mains point of view with respect to mapping and geography. So watch the complete video to get all this information. So before we continue, I would like you to remind you to subscribe Legacy IAS Academy and also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out any updates from Legacy IAS. If you look at the map of Israel, if you look at the political map of Israel, you will come across the neighboring countries: Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Egypt. Okay, remember, Saudi Arabia doesn't share border with Israel. Doesn't share border. If you look at this, Israel ends here and Saudi Arabia is here. This minute part is a part of Jordan and not Saudi. Okay, so if there's a question, which of the following countries are the bordering state of Israel? If you have Saudi Arabia, remove Saudi Arabia from the options and you will get the answer. So it's Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Egypt. So four important countries that border Israel. Okay, now where is this Palestine? Look at this gray part: Gaza Strip, West Bank, and the Golan Heights. These are the three important disputed regions between Israel and Palestine. West Bank forms the headquarters of Palestine, and Gaza Strip is under a militant group called as Hamas, and third one is the Golan Heights towards the northernmost part of Israel. So if you look at this map, you will know that Palestinian provinces are in the northernmost part of Israel, they are in the center of Israel, okay, the middle of Israel, and they are also in the southern part of Israel, that is Gaza Strip. This is the Gaza Strip that the Israel wants to capture now, and this is the part of the geography where this is disputed. Okay, so this is about the map of Israel. Now if we look at, this is about the political map of Israel. If we also look at the physical map, and if we understand what do we have in the physical map of Israel, one important thing that we have is the Negev desert. The southern part of Israel has a desert called as Negev desert. Why is this Negev desert important? What is the importance of this Negev desert? Is that this is a place where we have Bedouni, a Muslim tribal population, which are an integral part of Israeli Defense Forces, IDF. Okay, so who are these Bedouins? Where did they come from? And what is the history of these people? If you look at who these Bedouins are, see, Israel was a country which was formed in the year 1948, just after the Second World War. So this was a part which was under the Ottoman Empire for a long time, and when British and the USA, so both America and the Britain, when they won the Second World War, they carved out this particular land for the Jews, that is the Israel, and that's how we have the formation of the Israel in the year 1948, and we all know how it happened. So before the formation of Israel, the Negev desert, there were nomadic people in the Negev desert, and those nomadic people were called as Bedouins. After the formation of Israel, after the political formation of the Israel, that's when the Bedouins, who were in the Arabian Peninsula, northern part of Africa, Levant and Mesopotamia, became a part of Israel. Okay, they became a part of Israel. So what is the meaning of the term called Bedouni? See, Bedouni is derived from a word which means desert dweller, which means if you look at these people, their main habitat will be desert. That is the reason why in the Negev desert of Israel, in the southern part of Israel, that is the original territory of Bedouins. Okay. Now, if you look at what are the unique features of the Bedouni society, see, it's a very important one. That too, if you are a part of anthropology as your optional, you will be knowing a lot about this society. You can also use this as a case study in your paper 1, unit 2 and unit 3. Okay. So, what is the society of Bedouins look like? See, Bedouins are basically patriarchal society, very much patriarchal society. Okay, where the man is the head of the family. That's how the Bedouins look at. And there's a very important saying about the Bedouins, okay, and their social status. And it is said by this. If you look at this part on the slide, you will know. I'll just read it out. I am against my brother and I are against my cousin and I are against the stranger. Okay, I and my brother are against my cousin, I and my cousin are against the stranger, which means, see, this is the preference in the hierarchy of the Bedouins. See, Bedouni population is more or less nuclear family and they are not into joint family, and their hierarchy follows like this. The first, me first, then it's my brother, then it's my cousin. If there's an option for me to choose who is important in my kinship, whether it is my brother or my cousin, I'll always choose my brother. Okay, or if there's an option for me to choose between my brother, cousin and a stranger, then I will always choose my brother, cousin over my stranger, over the stranger. So this is what is the hierarchy of the preferences that the Bedouni people actually believe in. So remember two things about the Bedounis. One is that their family is very much patriarchal, and second thing is that they follow the nuclear family, more or less a nuclear family and not a joint family. And this is a society which is into themselves. Okay, they're not very much open because they are desert dwelling people, and they don't have a lot of infrastructure or the communication infrastructure that is required. So these are the people who are much into themselves. And if you look at some of the indigenous communities, this forms a common characteristic feature of most of the indigenous communities because they are into themselves. Okay, and we call it as geographical isolation, and we can also tell this particular feature of the indigenous communities as a relative shyness towards the other societies. Okay, so this is about Bedouni population. If you look at the history of when did Bedounis become a part of Israel? When did Israel recognize Bedounis? See, I've told you already that before 1948, there was no country called Israel. After the formation of Israel, Bedounis have played a very important role in the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces. So after the 1948, how did they form? They form a very integral part of the intelligence gathering, because if you remember, these are the indigenous people of the territory. Okay, some part of the Saudi, some part of Lebanon, some part of Levant and Mesopotamia. These are the territories of the Bedouins. If you remember the 7-day war that happened, or 6-day war that happened between the Israel and all the other Arab forces, Bedounis here played a very crucial role in intelligence gathering for the Israeli Defense Forces. This is the very important relationship and a very strategic relationship between the Israelis and the Bedounis. If you look at here, in the year 1950s, Israel recognized the Bedounis and started giving them a kind of citizenship. So if even today, Bedouins are considered to be an integral part of not only the Israeli defense forces but also an integral part of Israeli society. And if they are integral part of the Israeli society, how is the military training for them? Because in the Israel, after the Israel and Palestine war that broke out, you all will be very much aware that everybody will have the military training. So military training is something that is compulsory for every Israeli citizen. So how is it for the Bedouins? Remember, for Israeli citizens, the military training is very much compulsory. But for Bedounis, it's not compulsory. Even though it is not compulsory, many Bedounis have voluntarily taken up the Israeli citizenship and they've taken up the military training. So that is the thing with respect to Bedounis and the relationship that they share with the Israeli Defense Forces and intelligence gathering network. So things that you got to remember from the exam point of view from this entire video, okay, is the first thing is the map of Israel. Second thing will be the bordering countries. Third important thing is the location of Negev desert. Fourth important thing is about Bedouins population and about their society. Okay, so these are some of the 4 or 5 important points that you got to take home after watching this particular video. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have liked the video, hit the like button and also do not forget to subscribe Legacy IAS Academy and hit the bell icon for more such enriching content. Have a nice day. Thank you.